Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a small web application and deploy it in Azure Container Apps. So for this, first and foremost, I need to create a Container Apps. Log into your Azure portal and search for Container Apps. Alright, so here you have to click on Create button and then choose the resource group Container App name. So first thing, I need to create a resource group because I don't want to use the existing one. I'll choose my resource group name as AZ-RGP, whatever the naming standard. So I'll just name it as container apps. All right. So now my container name is going to be container apps. Okay. And I have created an environment earlier. So this is nothing but a Kubernetes environment. I'm going to create a new one for this demo. So I'll create this as demo, be it in North Europe region, and I'm selecting a log analytics workspace for the same. So that's good. I made a typo. That's okay for the container app environment. Click on the app settings. Over here, I need to uncheck the quick start image because I have my image in the Docker Hub. It's a public image. So I'm gonna have a new name for my container details. So just leave it as container apps for now. That's not a problem. And my registry login server is going to be docker.io because I'm choosing Docker Hub and the image type is public. My image and tag is going to be the one which I have pushed now. So this is taking a while now because I have already built and tagged the image and the push is in progress. So once this is done, this is going to be my image. So I'll copy this and I'll keep this ready. So over here I can choose the CPU and memory. That's my resource allocation. You can opt any one of this available from the drop down. I'm going to choose the default. That's okay. That's more than enough. Now, once I have deployed these apps, this has to be available over the internet for me. So for that, I need to choose the ingress. So I'm selecting the ingress, which will give the HTTP endpoint, okay? And I don't have a VNet, so I need to choose external so that I can accept traffic from anywhere. And now my target port is going to be 3000. My application is also listening to 3000. So, but I need to hold on for a minute here. Let me see the tags. The tags are good. If I click on review create, this is going to validate it. I'm not sure whether it will validate whether the image is existing or not. I'm sure it didn't do that because it's not going to establish the connection and check whether this is existing, because this is not yet pushed yet, right? So this is going to take another minute or two here to um, make this dockerized application available. Meanwhile, what I do is I'll show you what is my application is all about. So let me quickly go and see the application. Let me open up another. Okay, it's in C repos collaborations cloud. Okay, let me navigate over there. C repos collaborations cloud. That's my projects repository. Okay, so let me try to run the application app.ps1. This is going to give a response back that my application is running in a local host with port 3000. If I'm going to access localhost port 3000, I would see some images and some text. That's good. So I've got work in progress, I've got some image, that's all good. Nothing much. So it's pretty clean. And what I'm going to do now is to wait till my image is pushed. Fantastic, my image is pushed now. So let me get on to my Docker Hub, hub.docker.com, and see what is available. So I've got my Reactor app available here, and that's good. What should I see now? Click on review create. We have already reviewed it, so I think it's going to create a container app, right? So let me click on create. So that takes a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, you can quickly go through the code here. So what is exactly it does? This is going to deploy an application using a port and a PSHTML module. So my Docker file says that I'm going to get a base image and then define the working directory, copy the files which you see it in the left pane, and then install two modules, port and PSHTML, and then invoke the app.ps1. So what does app.ps1 do? This is going to create an endpoint and then make sure my application is listening to the port 3000, the local host, and I'm defining setting up a port view engine. That means I can use a default port or a HTML as my view, what it's going to be rendering engine, right? But in this case, I'm using PSHTML, another cross-platform PowerShell module, and that's what exactly I did. You can just reuse this piece of code when you're going to use PSHTML. And using the port module, I'm setting up a route, a default route, and that is going to invoke home.ps1, which is available in the views folder. So if I get onto the views folder, you can see I have written some kind of code which look like a HTML, but actually it is a PowerShell. So I'm using a PSHTML module. So this is using a Metro UI style sheet and the JavaScript behind it. So this is going to help me out to do the class and other definitions, whatever I've done for the glossy looks. Say for example, whatever the class you see here or whatever you see here, this kind of stuff, I've done it from the Metro UI. You can Google for Metro UI and get more information about it. I've got a couple of images links and I'm looping through it and I'm calling the custom card function. Custom card function is going to put some kind of div and make sure that I've got the proper placing in the grid content and then shows the image. That's what exactly this does. So whenever I'm going to open up the local host, you see this images. All right. That's it altogether. And I've got two horizontal lines in this. Excellent. So now you can see my application is deployed here. Let's get on to the resource and see the application URL. You can see the application URL. Hopefully this should work. So when I access the application URL, you can access this from anywhere. That's fantastic. So I can very well host the application. Thanks for watching my video.